Religion is regarded by the common people as true, by the wise as false, and by rulers as useful. Health is the soul that animates all the enjoyments of life, which fade, and are tasteless without it. It's not because things are difficult that we dare not venture. It's because we dare not venture that they are difficult. Success and fortunate crime is called virtue. See how many are better off than you are, but consider how many are worse. If thou art a man, admire those who attempt great things, even though they fail. When I think over what I have said, I envy dumb people. You should live in such a way that there is nothing which you could not as easily tell your enemy as keep to yourself. So live with men as if God saw you, and speak to God as if man heard you. The heart is great, which shows moderation in the midst of prosperity. Believe me, that was a happy age, before the days of architects, before the days of builders. Leisure without books is death, and burial of a man alive. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. It is difficult to bring people to goodness with lessons, but it is easy to do so by example. The first greatest punishment of the sinner is the conscience of sin. It is true greatness to have in one the frailty of a man and the security of a god. Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. Expecting is the greatest impediment to living. In anticipation of tomorrow, it loses today. It's not because things are difficult that we dare not venture. It's because we dare not venture that they are difficult. The bravest sight in the world is to see a great man struggling against adversity. You act like mortals in all that you fear, and like immortals in all that you desire. Enjoy present pleasures in such a way as not to injure future ones. Nothing is so wretched or foolish as to anticipate misfortunes. What madness is it to be expecting evil before it comes? He who does not prevent a crime when he can, encourages it. Consult your friend on all things, especially on those which respect yourself. His counsel may then be useful, where your own self-love might impair your judgment. We often want one thing, and pray for another, not telling the truth, even to the gods. As is a late, so is life, not how long it is, but how good it is what matters. But life is very short, and anxious for those who forget the past, neglect the present, and fear the future. Often a very old man has no other proof of his long life than his age. The day which we eat as our last is but the birthday of eternity. A sword never kills anybody, it is a tool in the killer's hand. Brave men rejoice in adversity, just as brave soldiers triumph in war. Hang on to your youthful enthusiasms, you'll be able to use them better when you're older. We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more from imagination than from reality. Nothing is burdensome if taken lightly, and nothing need arouse one's irritation so long as one doesn't make it bigger than it is by getting irritated. If you live in harmony with nature, you will never be poor. If you live according what others think, you will never be rich. It is not the man who has too little that is poor, but the one who hankers after more. Nothing is void of God, his work is everywhere, he is full of himself. There is no genius without a touch of madness. There is a noble manner of being poor, and who does not know it will never be rich. To be able to endure odium is the first art to be learned by those who aspire to power. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor. Maybe is a very well, but must is the master. It is my duty to show justice without recompense. Just as with storytelling, so with life, it's important how well it is done, not how long. Errare humanimus est perseverare diabolicum. To err is human, but to persist in the mistake is diabolical. Whatever one of us blames in another, each one will find in his own heart.